My name is Julie Anderson, and I would like to talk to you about my ceremonial speech. My ceremonial speech is concerning my son Elijah getting his braces. Elijah was so self-conscious about he has a gap in the front of his mouth, and he was so self-conscious about that he didn't like to smile or if anything was funny, he would always put his hand over his mouth or something like that. So once we went to the dentist and his doctor told him that he was going to have braces, he was so excited. So every night, every day, all I heard was, "Mama, is it time yet? Mama, is it time yet?" I said, "No, Elijah, we got a couple of more visits, and then we'll get your braces." So once we got there and we got our braces, he got his braces, and they put his braces on. He was so excited, but what he didn't know was that the nurse was going to go over to him what he could and couldn't eat anymore. He could no longer eat peanuts, curse the spirit. He could no longer eat ribs off the bone. He had to pull the meat off, chicken off the bones. He couldn't eat popcorns. He couldn't eat any candy. So he was really crushed about that. So he was upset about that. So he said, "Mom, if I knew that I wasn't going to be able to eat all this food, then I wouldn't have got the braces." So I kind of laughed to myself and said, "No, you had to have the braces." I said, "It's okay that you eat it, like the meat and stuff, but you just going to have to pull it off the bone." You could still eat pizza, trying to encourage him that he could eat pizza. He just couldn't eat the crust. So I was just trying to make what he thought was a bad situation out of a good one. So once he got the top ones on, he was okay. His mouth was sore for a little while, but then he was like, "Mama, I thought I was gonna get braces on the bottom too." So I had to explain to him that, "Yes, son, you will have to get braces on the bottom, but it'll be the next 6 weeks when you come," because they didn't want to do too much at one time because they realized that the top of your mouth was going to be sore, and which it was. So we went back 6 weeks later and we got the bottom half of the braces. So he was content with that. He liked having the bottom part of his braces. And the most exciting part about getting the braces was that he can choose what color rubber bands to put in his mouth. So instead of choosing one color, he chose about three. He had a blue, he had a yellow, he had a green, and he also had purple in his mouth. And I just looked at him and said, "Mama, how does this look?" I said, "You like it, son?" He said, "Yeah, Mom." I said, "But that's all that matters. Mama likes it too." So after he got all the colors that he wanted, he was pretty much content. He was in a little pain just for a little while, and just gave him a little Tylenol, motion rotated. Next couple of days he was fine, but he was so excited to go to school and let everyone see his braces. He didn't tell anyone. So when he got there and they would talk to him and they would see that he had braces and they would be like, "Oh, oh my God, when did you get braces?" And he would just smile. His smile just lit up. So I can tell that there was a change in his character and how he felt about himself, his self-esteem and everything. So that made him very happy. So I was happy too. Thank you very much.